Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Subnautica Below Zero. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 30 bucks. So, I've been waiting quite a while for this. This has been in development for a while, and the game recently released. It happened to release on my birthday, which is kind of cool. But anyway, what is Subnautica Below Zero? Well, this is the follow-up to the original Subnautica. In fact, this game takes place 2 years after the events in Subnautica, and you're even returning to the same planet, Planet 4546b. And you take on the role of a woman, and you can't change that, it's fixed. And you arrive at the planet to look for your sister. But that's all the information I'm going to give you. You eventually will branch off into different quests that you have to complete. I personally have not beaten the game yet, and I've got roughly 20 hours in the game so far. So you'll be getting a lot of playtime out of this. Now, I should probably warn you that some of the footage that you see in this game may spoil some things for you, but I'm going to be diligent and try really hard to not say anything that will spoil any of the story for you. Subnautica, and by extension this game Below Zero, is a game of exploration. It's about turning that new corner and discovering, oh, that's cool, I've never seen that monster before. Oh, what is this? I found a mineral or some kind of, what is this resource that I've never seen this before. So this is where you find that. So you're going to be doing just a lot of blind exploring in this game, just like in the original Subnautica, trying to complete your objectives. So rather than spoil things for you and tell you where things are, I'm just going to give you a brief list of the things that I didn't like about the game so that maybe you can decide whether or not you want to pick it up for yourself, and then I'll tell you what I think about the game as a whole. First of all, there's no autosave. In fact, I was recording content for this review and the power went out. And because OBS does not save when you're in mid-recording, I lost everything. So, and by extension, the game doesn't have an autosave feature, so I lost 10 to 15 minutes of progress in that. So I had to redo stuff, and that's annoying. So there's no autosave feature. You have to manually save. So please manually save often is what I'm getting to. But there should be an autosave feature. I mean, come on. In a game like this. Also, this game suffers from some of the issues that were in the prior game. Like, in the prior game, Subnautica, yes, it's a game of exploration, but the map was so big, and there's no in-game map, it was difficult to find things. And there's no in-game map here either. Yes, you can build a extension to your base, there's base building, but you can build a room in your base that has a scanner on it, and that's fine. But it doesn't really give you a detailed map that you would need to know, to navigate certain environments or to find a particular opening that will get you to where you need to go to continue your story because something's there. The game will sometimes not even give you a waypoint, and you have to try and figure out where to go next. Go southeast. Well, that's great. Where's southeast? I mean, there's tons of stuff southeast of where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? So you're going to be frustrated sometimes trying to find things, and more often than not, you may end up alt-tabbing and Googling where is this or where is that, and then trying to find it. So that's something that happens in Subnautica. That's something that's going to happen in this game too. It's just a shame that the developers didn't improve upon things that were problems in the original Subnautica. Again, no in-game map. Finding particular entrances can be frustrating and the like. There are some new monsters that you'll be facing in this game, but some of them are repeats, and I guess that's to be expected since you're on the same planet again. Like, for example, in the first Subnautica, one of the earliest bad guys that you face, bad creatures, there's these little fish puffer fish, and when you get too close, they make a horrible noise and they explode. They're like kamikaze landmines or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, they're here too in this game. So, I wish there was some some variant there, but you're gonna see some repeat stuff. But there is some new monsters. Like there's a sea monkey. I won't tell you what it does, but I'm just saying like there's a sea monkey that may surprise you. There's fish that will freeze you, and that's annoying. But there's also land in this game. There are segments in this game that force you to walk on land. And I don't like that. This game is called Subnautica. There are plenty of other games out on the market that do land exploration and quests a lot better than this. So I think this developer was trying to do something new with the whole land thing. Going up on land, don't freeze to death. Yes, there's plants that warm you up, and you can craft a new suit that will help you get past some of that part without freezing too quickly. But some of it's annoying, like to constantly duck from cave to cave so you don't freeze to death. Or, sometimes you'll face creatures that might try and eat you and you have to stealth around them. Yeah, I could have done with less land and more Subnautica. Okay, the game is called Subnautica. Keep it underwater. I don't mind the occasional land thing, but there's several land outposts that you'll need to go to progress the story. And some of those land segments are pretty large. So just be warned that the game is more land-based than the previous one. There's also more voice acting in this game. In the original Subnautica, your character didn't really talk. In fact, your character didn't really converse with anybody. In this game, there are more NPCs to talk to, and there's more like internal dialogue that your character is like talking to herself, and that may bother some people. I don't care. I'm kind of indifferent. I kind of like the mystery of, in the original Subnautica, you don't know who you are. Like, you're a nobody that doesn't talk, and you're just trying to figure stuff out as you go. In this game, your protagonist is just, blah, 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 and it's like, okay, So it's different, okay? And that's going to bother some people. Other people may not mind it. Some people may love it. There are new vehicles in this game. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that there is a vehicle that it starts off as like a small vehicle, and then you can attach segments to it as you find the blueprints for it. And of course, there's the base building. That's my favorite part. The ability to create rooms and plop various things down into these rooms, jukeboxes and, beds. That you find things in the environment, you scan them, you game the blueprint, and then you create them via your fabricator or your building tool like you did in the first one, and you make your base your own. That's my favorite part of Subnautica, and by extension, that's my favorite part of Subnautica Below Zero. And close second is the visuals and the graphics. Subnautica, again, as you're going around the environment in Subnautica, you're finding some really cool things. And in this game, it's the same way. You're just, whether you're in a vehicle or swimming around, you're constantly, with the day and night cycle, lights reflecting off this surface in this biome. It's really cool looking. So the visuals are really good. There is a sense of exploration in this game. The story is lighter, and I didn't really get into it as I did the first one. So I guess, do I recommend this game? Yes, there's a lot of content here, just like the first one, but it's lighter than the first one. If you're in this for a casual story that doesn't sweep you up as much as the first one, if you don't mind that, if you don't mind a couple of new monsters, or if you don't mind, the idea of if you like the idea of going around and your primary goal is just resource collection and building things, and, just exploring things randomly, then this game may keep you entertained for quite a while. But if you go into this game expecting the story to absolutely blow you away, more so than the first one, then you're going to be left disappointed. So I recommend it. You get a lot of playtime out of this. Just, it was disappointing in a few areas, and it could have been, there was room for it to grow in comparison to the first one, and it didn't. So just keep that in mind, but I still recommend it. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.